Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you today one of my favorite just everyday looks. It doesn't take too long, but it's not the quick and easy. I want to let you know I prepped my face with Glorious. I then put on my BB cream in Bisque. If you have any questions about how to do that, there are a few other videos out there where I do that process. I've also lined my eyes today in Proper. It's a nice dark brown. And I did the tight lining technique. So I just wanted to give a little prep so that we can move into pretty quickly what the rest of the look will look like. I'm taking my concealer in Fresh with the concealer brush, and I'm just covering up a couple of spots. I'm going to get the concealer on and tap it off. Those under my eyes are big for me. I have that 2-year-old, and she certainly makes sure that I look tired. And of course, being fair, you can kind of see through under the skin, the very thin skin under those eyes. So I want to make sure that I don't look too tired when I'm going out and about. And a couple of just little red spots, kind of smooth out. And then I'm going to go over to my Touch Pressed Powder in Organza. This is absolutely one of my favorites. Sometimes I'll just wear this. I put it on with the powder brush. I swirl that around, kind of tap it off. And then I'm going to swirl in downward strokes. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know I always do up movements when I'm putting makeup on, when I'm touching my skin, as I'm putting my BB cream on. But when you put the pressed powder on, you want to move in a downward motion to keep it from looking chalky, because you've got lots of nice little tiny hairs all over your face. And if you move up, they catch the powder and they kind of look chalky and not very natural. And I'm very much for a natural look. So there you go. I've got my BB cream and my powder on. And that was just pretty quick with that powder brush. Yikes. Dropping stuff all over the place here today. So the next thing I'm going to focus on are my eyes. And today I'm going to do my professional look when I'm going to work, when I've got, big meetings that I want to be in, or that I've got to be in. This is the look I'm going to use. So I'm going to start with Curious. I'm taking my deluxe brush and swirling it and then tapping it off. And then I'm going to go lid all the way to brow, all over with Curious. And I'm going to do that again on the other side, all the way across my eye. Curious is kind of a real light neutral. I'm then going to take Irresistible, which is a nice light brown. It looks great for a redhead. Great with blue eyes as well. I'm just going to tap this crease brush right here into the lid where I've got a little bit of my color, my pigment. Tap it off. And then right there above the eyeball and under the brow bone, I'm going to go back and forth. And I'm probably going to get a little bit more. Irresistible is nice and light. You want to start with less color and add more as you need it. I'm going to relax my eyebrows and do that a little bit more. Raise them up. And then I'm going to move over to the other eye. So again, tap some of the color on, tap it off so you don't have pigment falling into your eyes. You don't want that. Relax your eyebrows. You can raise them up as well. And I'm going to do just a little bit more to get the look I'm looking for. So I'm going to come in here and show you guys with my eyebrows raised. Coming right there above my eye. Right into the crease, right between. We'll do that on the other side. That's where you want your darker color. I'm then going to do something a little bit more fun on the lid. So just because I'm going out for a professional look doesn't mean that I can't have fun with it. And I am going to take Gorgeous, which is a nice, almost orangey color, kind of a gold. And I'm going to use my shader liner brush. And I'm just going to touch it to the lid here. Get a little on there, and I'm going to get that right across my eyelid. Just to add a little bit of depth, a little bit of color, a little bit of brightness. This is a shimmer, so it'll be a little bit brighter. Just to have some fun with the look. So you can do that with just about any color on the lid that you like. Because we're going a little bit more professional today, that's the color I chose. And I'm going to go back to my Irresistible, and I'm going to use the other side of my shader liner brush. I'm going to use the liner side. I'm going to tap it in here into my Irresistible, and then tap it off, and I'm going to line my eyebrows. Just really lightly touching the brush with the powder on it to my eyebrows. Now I'm taking that from the corner of my nose is where my brow starts. So we want to start right in there, up to the arch and then over, just to get it a little bit darker. You can kind of see if I move back away, that frames my face a little bit more, frames my eye, gives me definition. I'll come up nice and close. You can see it's not very dark. One of the cool things about using powder on your brows is you can actually use just about any color you want to get the right color for you. So Irresistible is a nice brown. It gives you a little bit more definition. Even as fair as I am, I could use something like a black. And if I was just very light and just touched it to the hairs and not to the skin, like I'm doing here, I can even pull off a color that dark. My favorite's Irresistible because I can't really put too much on. I don't mess up with that. So the lighter the color, the easier it is to not mess up and to not have a look that you're not looking for. So we're going to do a little bit of contouring next. I'm going to take my blush brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and pinch it so that it's one line, and I'm going to get a little bit of color in here. And now it's just a little bit. I'm going to tap it off so I'm not getting a lot, and I'm going to just run this straight line right up the side of my nose. From the top of the brow right here, all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see this. This is a little strange and awkward, but really just that line right there. And I'm going to blend on both sides. So I've got a shadow on each side of my nose. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer brush again with my Fresh and run that light color right down the center line. Kind of make a little bit of light right there, and it kind of just gives me a slightly thinner, more defined nose. Makes it look straighter as well. And then I'm going to take that blush brush again with my Irresistible. I'm just using a little bit, tapping it in there, and then I'm going to find right below my my cheekbone. I'm going to put a little color here and then up and around just to define my face a little bit more and to give me a little bit more of a cheekbone on one side. So you guys can see as I'm coming in here, there's not a lot of color there. I use Irresistible a lot. It's a really nice neutral brown. It's not super dark, so I can get some definition without actually having to worry too much about blending and screwing up, which is what I want on my everyday. If I'm going to highlight and contour for, maybe a wedding or going out at night, then I'm going to do that a little bit more with darker colors to be more dramatic. You can see I just put a little tiny bit across the top of my head and a little bit on the chin to just help create the right face shape that I'm looking for. So you guys can see that's been the bulk of my makeup right now. I'm not using a ton of different colors or shades or anything. I'm using the same shades in the right places. I'm also going to take Sweet. This is one of our blushers. And with our blushers, you just need a very light amount, so make sure you don't use too much. And right there on the apple and up and above where I just did the contouring. Again, just a little bit. It'll go a really long way. And that's my blush. That's all I'm going to do for that. So maybe just brush the forehead a little bit. And then we've got lips and lashes, and that's all that's left. So I'm going to show you a couple of different potential lips, but I'm going to use Pouty to line my lips because it is a nice neutral that's really similar to the color of my lips. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going below the lip here, but then staying on the line for the rest of my lip. Because that's the way that I particularly like it. Let me go right here in the Cupid's bow, define that just a little bit more. And then fill it in just a little. I don't want a drastic line. I want just a little bit more color, a little bit more definition. Now I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite lip glosses. You remember I dropped one earlier. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that. These are 3 of my favorite colors for our lucrative lip gloss. We've got Lovable, which is this pink right here in the middle. Luxe, which is a real nice neutral. And when I want red lips, for me, Luscious. So normally I would do Luxe with this look, and I'm going to show you Luxe for today, and then at the end I may put on one of the other ones. So you can see it's really nice, neutral. Fills in with that pouty lip liner really nicely. Rub them together, and that's it. My final step is just my lashes, and you guys know I don't go anywhere without my lashes. So let me pull in here so I can make sure I can see as I'm doing this. I prep both my tubes, get them ready to go. And I start with my lovely transplanting gels, and I want to get this all over the lash. Really good coat, because those fibers are dry, and so you want to make sure they've got something nice and wet to stick to. Right there at the ends, make sure I've got it. Then I move to my dry fibers. You can see them there. You can see how much longer my lashes are already. And then before I put the transplanting gel on that eye, I let them dry for a minute, so I move over to the other eye. I do my gel again, all over, good coat. Make sure I've got a place to put those dry fibers. And then fibers. Okay, now I'm going to move back to my gel on the other side. And this is really nice to smooth them out. It helps get some of those clumps out if you had any. You guys, I have such short lashes naturally. I am so grateful for my 3D fiber lashes. I did not know my eyes could look like this. All right. And that's just one coat, really light. Not so much drama as I may do if I'm going out again. This is for business, professional. This is for my everyday look for work, for my day job. And so this is where I want to keep it very, very pretty, but not drawing a ton of attention to any one piece. So this is my look. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and let you see what that looks like. You can see you can't really tell where I contoured, except for the fact that I've got a slightly thinner look to the face, slightly more symmetric look, as you can see. And then one more thing I'm going to go ahead and show you before we go off is the favorite red. So when I'm doing a neutral eye, I'll sometimes do my favorite red, and this is it. Everybody needs to have a favorite lipstick or lip gloss. Went a little bit high there. So there we go. That's my favorite look for going out, business professional. Hope you guys liked it. Have a great day.